What's going on, guys? Aidan Jordaan here, and today we're going to be reviewing the glorious Model O wireless gaming mouse. Thank you so much to Evetech for sending this over to me, but as always, I'm going to be keeping this review as open and honest as possible, talking about some of the pros and cons of this mouse. So, let's get into it. Starting off, this mouse coming in at 1,499 Rand in either a matte black or matte white finish. I do believe the gloss versions will be coming in the near future. This is a very good price for a super light wireless mouse weighing in at just 69 grams. The Logitech G Pro coming in at 1,549 Rand, but with an extra 26 grams compared to the Model O. Now, if you want the equivalent of the Model O in weight, you'll have to go for something like the Logitech G Pro Wireless Super Light or the Razer Ultimate Viper, but it's going to cost you over 2.5 grand. Besides the mouse, inside the box you have your wireless receiver and the extender module. The receiver is nice and compact, and when plugged into the back of your computer you will hardly notice it. The extender module is if for some reason you are not right next to your computer, you can plug in the included USB-C cable into the extender and plug in the dongle on the other side, which will just give you a little more range, or if you would like to have it right next to you. Talking about the cable, it comes with a lightweight ascended cord to charge the mouse, and yes, you can use the mouse while it is plugged in. At the end of the cable there is a bit of a strange design, which I'm not sure my feelings on if I actually enjoy it or not, but I'll have to let you know in an updated review. But don't worry, any other USB-C cables do fit into the mouse as well. I guess it might help secure the cable into the mouse a bit better, or maybe Glorious was just trying to go for a more unique look and design. Let's talk a little bit about build quality. This mouse is identical in shape and size to the wired Model O previously released, which took the market by storm. And only 2 grams heavier, which is crazy to think that they took the wired Model O, kept the weight pretty much the same, and made it wireless. That is insane. For physical features, there are 6 programmable buttons, the embedded RGB light strip, and the G skates, which come on the mouse already. But you can also purchase the G floats, which are Glorious's premium, ultra durable, and ultra smooth mouse skates. I've been using the G skates and they work perfectly fine and glide no problem when combining it with the Evetech mouse pad. Glorious also have a variety of mouse pads which I believe work top tier with their mice. Like the wide version, it has the same plastic cutout, which I personally really enjoy, but I know there are some out there that really dislike the honeycomb cutouts. But luckily for you, there is a solution. For 200 Rand, you can buy skins for the mouse which cover up the holes as well as give you some extra grip. Talking about the buttons, it is the same as the previous year and they really are great. Here's a little sound test just to show you. It also does have 2 side buttons which are customizable through the program. Now, the only thing I did find with these buttons were they are quite small. So now me personally, I'm coming from a Logitech G502 which has tremendously big buttons. So now coming to this mouse, I did find that when I was gaming, I would sometimes hit the back one when I meant to hit the front one and vice versa. So that is just something more personal preference, but something I need to just get used to. But after a while, I did get used to it, but it does take some time. So if you are coming from a bigger mouse with bigger side buttons, this is something to take note of. Turn it around and you will see the power button and the DPI LED indicator, as well as their new BAMF sensor. Comment down below what you think BAMF stands for. They state their sensor is optimized for high performance, has low power technology, 400 IPS tracking speed, 19,000 max DPI, and 1000 Hz polling rate. They also state their battery life will last 72 hours. Now, if you are a big fan of RGB like I am and want the lights on 100% all the time, please take note that this will drain the battery faster and you won't get the full 72 hours. So I recommend keeping it between 20 to 50%, which you can do in the program. In the Glorious Core program that can be downloaded from their website, it now has an updated feature where it will show you the battery percentage underneath the mouse icon on the left hand side of the screen. It took about 25 to 30 minutes to charge it from 50% to 100%. And this was also while I was still using it. So I think it would take about an hour to charge it from 0 to 100%. But please do take note that you must switch the mouse off when charging, otherwise it will take twice as long to charge. I tend to also forget to turn off this mouse a lot of the time, but luckily this mouse does have a standby mode where the RGB lights will switch off after a certain period of not being used, and all you have to do is click a button or move the mouse and it will come out of standby mode. Because this is a gaming mouse, I had to jump in and see how it performed in a few games. Now, for me, this was a huge difference as I come from playing with a Logitech G502, which is probably one of the heaviest mice, weighing 121 grams, and now going to a super light mouse was a bit of a change, but after a few hours of gaming, it really did sit nicely in my hand and feel very comfortable. I'm even considering switching over to it. Going back to the G502 just feels very slow and bulky. My hand also seems to be less tired compared to playing with the Logitech because of the weight difference. The mouse is very precise and accurate with no lag or latency, and I honestly just love the wireless aspect of it as it gives you the freedom to glide around the mouse pad with zero restrictions. If you're coming from previous Glorious models, you will have no issue transitioning to the wireless version. Having a look at the software, when you first connect, you will probably have to do a firmware update for the mouse. I really suggest doing this to have the latest firmware on the mouse. After that, you will see three main tabs. You can click on the lighting, which will allow you to customize the RGB light strip. You have your effects, rate, and the brightness, which you can split into wide and wireless. So if you want your RGB to be brighter when plugged in or vice versa. Going across, we have the keybinds, which allow you to customize these 6 buttons. As you can see here, you have multiple options from single key, combination key, keyboard functions, mouse functions, and so on. And lastly, we have performance, where you can set your DPI. You can have a maximum of 6 DPI profiles, which you can control by clicking the small middle button just behind the scroll wheel. And then your profile will be color coordinated with the LED indicator underneath the mouse. You also have your liftoff distance, debounce time, and polling rate. So for $14.99, this mouse is really hard to floor. I've really enjoyed my time with it, which surprised me since coming from such a heavier mouse, I really didn't know what to expect. If you are looking for a on-the-budget, super light wireless mouse, I highly suggest having a look at the Glorious Model O. The links will be in the description down below. Also, if you would like me to compare this with any other mouse, just let me know down in the comments below. But that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button down below, and if you want to see more reviews like this, hit that subscribe button as well. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.